The 3,000-year-old chariot unearthed from the ancient tomb is one of those archaeological discoveries that shook human history. Greetings, mystic surgery, dear friends. Throughout the course of history, there have been many brilliant civilizations that suddenly and mysteriously vanished. It could be due to natural disasters, war, catastrophes, or some other mysterious cause. Over time, countless antiquities have been discovered, serving as vivid testaments to humanity's golden ages in history. Therefore, there are still artifacts that, despite having been discovered long ago, have yet to be explained satisfactorily by scientists to this day. From ancient cities thousands of years old to Africa's oldest cemeteries, and the mysterious horse-drawn carriages within ancient tombs. The discovery of these artifacts has consistently perplexed archaeologists and scientists. Mysterious universe. An ancient city dating back 3,400 years. A 3,400-year-old lost ancient city has just been discovered in Luxor, Egypt. This is considered the most important archaeological discovery since the tomb of Pharaoh Tutankhamun was found. Renowned Egyptologist Zahi Hawass and his team began their search for the funerary temple in September 2020. After just a few weeks, they discovered mud brick structures everywhere and ultimately excavated an entire ancient city. The ancient citadel comprises 3 main districts, located within an area designated for food storage. Archaeologists have discovered a large storage area behind the palace, which also held clothing-related items. Separating gemstones to make necklaces and bracelets. In particular, the original ceramic artifacts here have provided evidence of the relationship between the inhabitants of this region and the New Kingdom of Egypt. According to historical records, she was a royal concubine of King Amenhotep's 18th dynasty built his tomb in the city, adjacent to the empire. The house has nearly finished walls and rooms, fully equipped with all the necessities for daily living. Along with the scarab-shaped ring, the jewelry and colored pottery, these artifacts have provided a clear glimpse into the daily life of ancient Egyptians. The world's oldest cemetery has been discovered in Africa. In Antarctica, scientists have unearthed what is believed to be the oldest burial site in the world. The surprising thing is that this place contains the remains of a small, ancient human species that was always thought to be incapable of complex behavior. An ancient human species called Homo naledi performed burial rituals for their dead and carved symbols onto the walls of graves. Scientists believe this is the earliest known evidence of a burial ritual. Funeral practices only appeared in Homo sapiens, also known as modern humans, at least 100,000 years later. Homo naledi had a brain approximately 1/3 the size of modern humans and is known for its tree-climbing abilities. The remains of this human species were discovered in an underground cave system, located approximately 30 meters deep beneath their very homeland. A UNESCO World Heritage Site located about 40 kilometers northwest of Johannesburg. The specimens were determined to be between 335,000 and 241,000 years old, making them the oldest graves ever discovered. In 2015, a research team led by American paleontologist Liebküger discovered the species Homo naledi. And it raised the question of whether humans of this period had engaged in intentional burial practices. Based on the location and intact condition of the stalactite fragments found deep within the cave system. The study also put forward several other hypotheses, such as sedimentation from water or the impact of modern humans. However, the research team's subsequent findings in 2017 provided further compelling evidence, affirming the hypothesis of an intentional burial. These findings include shallow pits containing bone fragments, likely dug up by Homo naledi, and the materials used to fill the inside of the holes, along with the decorative shapes and patterns. Engraved on the bronze wall near the repository, it represents a cognitive leap in humanity's evolutionary journey. According to researchers, this discovery challenges the long-held belief that such behaviors are found only in Neanderthals and modern Homo sapiens. At the same time, it also raises many questions about the relationship between Homo naledi and modern humans. In 2011, archaeologists discovered the remains of a horse-drawn chariot in a 3,000-year-old tomb dating back to China's Zhou dynasty. These wooden horse-drawn carriages were discovered in Shang Village, Henan Province, China. Around the year 770, a Zhongyan ceramic jar was discovered in an excavation pit, along with numerous porcelain artifacts and other metal ritual objects. These excavated pits and archaeological sites remain well preserved, serving as clear evidence of the Bronze Age and the pre-Western Zhou period. This is considered the most intact tomb with an inscription on a wooden horse ever discovered in China to date. Essentially, these skeletons are from horses that were killed before burial, not buried alive. Archaeologists believe that this tomb may belong to a famous general from this dynasty. The ceramics, bronze ritual vessels, and the system of exquisitely engraved inscriptions on the steles are all commensurate with the status of a lieutenant general. In addition to the ceramics, the tomb was also a fascinating discovery for researchers. Because it provides clear, authentic evidence of burial customs during the pre-Western Zhou period. It was a vertically buried tomb, a very common custom during that period. Due to the region's unique natural conditions and the ancient tradition of wooden coffin burials, the remains inside had long since completely decomposed. However, the most significant discovery to date remains a carriage with a variety of types and sizes, all completely intact. Archaeologists have just discovered a small room used for relaxation in a luxurious villa near Pompeii. Used by enslaved people, this tool helped illuminate their status in the ancient world. Archaeologists discovered this room at the Civita Giuliana Villa, located about 600 meters north of Pompeii's city walls. Wiped out by the eruption of Mount Vesuvius nearly 2,000 years ago. The room had 2 beds, but only one was made, along with 2 small cabinets, a ceramic pot and ceramic containers. There were even the bones of some mice. These details once again underscore the precarious living conditions and poor sanitation of the lower social classes at that time. Materials such as furniture and fabrics, which were covered by ash and volcanic rock from Mount Vesuvius, have decomposed over the years. Additionally, archaeologists clearly saw the outline of a crushed foot imprinted on the shroud, looking exactly like a photograph. However, this is only an image from nearly 2,000 years ago. Furthermore, no traces were found of any island grids, locks, or chains, items that would have been used to restrict the movement of the inhabitants living in this room. According to Ms. W. Sachiko, director of the Pompeii Archaeological Park, control appears to have been exercised primarily through the internal organization of the enslaved people themselves, rather than through physical barriers or restrictive measures. Italian archaeologists have discovered a millennia-old painting depicting a dish that could be the precursor to pizza, one of the world's most popular foods today. This 2,000-year-old artwork was found inside a house near a bakery during a recent excavation in downtown Pompeii. One of the dishes depicted in the painting bears a striking resemblance to what was described by Mr. Gabriel Zuchtriegel, director of the Pompeii Archaeological Park, and is likely the ancient precursor to pizza. However, it is noteworthy that this painting depicts a dish that closely resembles pizza, yet it lacks 2 characteristic ingredients of this famous Italian food: tomatoes and mozzarella cheese. Instead, archaeologists believe this dish was actually focaccia, a flatbread typically topped with various ingredients and baked. This specialty dish is coated in a layer of seasoning and grilled evenly all over, similar to how pesto is spread over the surface. Additionally, the painting also depicts a wine glass and some fruits. This reveals a similarity between a simple, modest meal and the elegance of silver trays. This discovery may serve as evidence that 2,000 years ago, our ancestors, the Sarsour people, possessed an exceptionally rich culinary talent. An ancient Mayan city previously unknown to researchers has been discovered in the jungles of southern Mexico. This may have even been an important center of the Maya over 1,000 years ago. This ancient Maya city features numerous large pyramid-shaped structures, countless stone columns, and 3 vast plazas with monumental buildings. And other structures are arranged into nearly concentric circles. Stone column. The temples of the Mayan civilization, renowned for its advanced mathematics, are widely distributed across southeastern Mexico and parts of Central America. The large-scale political collapse caused this civilization to gradually decline over many centuries. Before the Spanish arrived and launched military campaigns, the last stronghold of the indigenous people in Mexico had already fallen by the end of the 17th century. Leading archaeologist Ivan Brack stated that the Ocaden site features a core area situated on high ground, surrounded by extensive waterlogged marshes. Some structures feature a pyramid-like form, reaching heights of up to 15 meters. The city also boasts a ball court, where ancient ball games were held, a popular sport throughout the Maya region. In this game, players passed a rubber ball, symbolizing the sun, across the court. without using their hands, and then pass it through a small stone arch. This game is believed to carry significant religious meaning. In addition, researchers also discovered central altars in the area near the Rajanya River, which were likely built to serve communal rituals. Although further research is still needed to fully understand the ancient cultures that once existed here. Mr. Sparrock also stated that based on materials excavated from the buildings, the site likely declined around 800 to 500 BC. Simultaneously, the study also indicates that this may reflect ideological and demographic shifts, which were the underlying causes of the collapse of the Maya societies in the region during the 10th century. Dear friends, extensive learning and research have enabled us to uncover many mysteries of history. They have proven that our ancient human ancestors were